September 19th, 2024, 0800 hours. 3 Russian MiG-31 Foxhounds take off. Climbing rapidly to 4,500 feet, the pilots felt invincible. They believed they controlled the world's most formidable fighters. Underestimating NATO's defenses would be their gravest error. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to our channel for more. The MiG 31 seconds pushed to Mach 2.83, penetrating Estonian airspace. This wasn't random, it was a calculated provocation. Pilots switched off transponders, testing NATO's resolve. Flying at 4,500 feet, they invited NATO interceptors. Their radars detected only civilian traffic and empty sky. Pilots interpreted NATO's absence as weakness or cowardice. They didn't realize they were already classified and tracked. F-35 Ampere's Lightning 2 seconds launched from Amari Air Base in Estonia. These 5th-generation aircraft operated in complete silence. Engines pushed them through airspace at subsonic speeds. Their radar system operated in low probability of intercept mode, making detection virtually impossible for legacy radar. Every MiG-31 emission was absorbed and analyzed, transmitted via Link 16 to NATO intelligence centers. This was electronic reconnaissance of the highest order, creating vulnerability profiles in real-time combat conditions. Swedish J-39 Gripen Es positioned on parallel courses. Their Raven ES-5 AESA radars were deliberately powered down. These were advanced variants engineered to neutralize Russian air defenses. The Gripen Es electronic warfare suite is the pinnacle of Swedish tech. Designed to counter Russian aerospace forces using Link 16 data. In real-time combat, F-35 segundo executed recon. Swedish Gripen Es flew parallel. Gripen Es powered down Raven ES-5 AESA radars advanced variants. Gripen Es electronic warfare suite Swedish military pinnacle. Designed for Russian aerospace forces, sensor fusion is key. Data from Link 16 creates situational awareness targeting. F-35 seconds fed targeting data. Swedish pilots waited patiently. Aircraft remained electronically invisible to Russian systems. 12 minutes into incursion, NATO authorized engage. Electronic battlefield exploded as Gripen Es activated jamming, flooding Russian Zaslon M radars with false targets noise. Communication systems dissolved as Swedish specialists dismantled. MiG-31 cockpit displays went from green to screaming red. Radar warning receivers detected multiple targeting locks. Russian crews spotted Gripen fighters in climbing attack. Wingtip pylons loaded with Meteor and Iris-T missiles. MBDA Meteor is a revolutionary leap in air-to-air tech. Ramjet Sustainer maintains Mach 4 inescapable engagement zone, extending beyond 200 kilometers, a deadly threat to MiG-31 pilots. MiG-31's Mach 2.83 speed meaningless against Mach 4 missiles. Swedish pilots established radar locks on all 3 MiGs. Fire control computers calculated intercept solutions. The electronic trap was complete. The MiGs were helpless. Swedish voice, return to Russian airspace. This is a direct order. Russian leader grasped the tactical catastrophe outmatched. The electronic trap was sprung, leaving the MiGs blind and helpless. A Swedish voice issued an ultimatum reshaping Baltic airspace security. You have violated Estonian and NATO airspace, the voice declared. The Swedish controller stated, your electronic systems are under our control. Multiple missiles are locked onto your positions, the voice continued. The ultimatum, return immediately to Russian airspace. This is a direct order. The Russian leader recognized the tactical disaster facing his squadron. They were outnumbered and technologically outmatched in network-centric warfare. MiG-31 speed and altitude were neutralized by electronic warfare. Their technology was far behind Western standards, unknown to the Russians. The only response from ground control was immediate, turn back. The Foxhounds retreated towards Russian airspace like startled prey. Gripen fighters maintained targeting locks until the Russians exited Estonian territory. F-35 seconds shadowed the retreat, recording every maneuver for intelligence. No weapons were fired yet. NATO achieved a decisive victory. The operation showed the obsolescence of Soviet-era aerospace doctrine. Russian pilots returned with evidence of their technology falling behind. NATO implemented revolutionary engagement protocols for Baltic airspace. Russia's provocations had emboldened increasingly dangerous behavior. Deterrence requires both capability and willingness to employ it. Subsequent airspace violations would be met with lethal force. This wasn't warmongering, but establishing consequences for aggression. President Trump endorsed the policy. They should be shot down if necessary. The MiG-31 appears formidable but hides fatal vulnerabilities. It is fundamentally an interceptor prioritizing speed over maneuverability. Attempting sharp maneuvers would cause structural failure. The MiG-31's strengths hide vulnerabilities against modern threats. It's an interceptor, not a dogfighter, prioritizing speed over agility. At max speed, its turning radius is huge. Sharp turns risk failure. Physics offers no escape from modern missile technology. Mach 2.8 creates heat and IR signature visible from kilometers. High speed makes it easier to detect via Doppler radar. NATO neutralizes threats with integrated network warfare. F-35 seconds provide targeting data to Eurofighters. Eurofighters engage from below with MBDA Meteor missiles. The Meteor climbs steeply, accelerating beyond Mach 4. A MiG-31 pilot faces impossible choices upon missile warning. Outrunning a Mach 4 missile at Mach 2.83 is impossible. The missile approaches at nearly 50 kilometers per hour. Maneuvering is equally futile due to the Meteor's no-escape zone. High kill probability at ranges exceeding 130 kilometers. The Meteor can engage targets from 30 to 50 kilometers. NATO has other options like the AIM-120D missile. AIM-120D poses serious threats with its enhanced range. It uses two-way data link for mid-course guidance updates. The AIM-120D reaches Mach 4 closing distance rapidly. This forces defensive maneuvers, consuming speed and energy. Tactical victory on September 19th yielded valuable intel. 12 minutes of surveillance revealed Russian EW capabilities. F-35 captured radar frequencies and comm protocols. This data creates comprehensive vulnerability assessments. Russian pilot communications revealed surprise at NATO capabilities. The psychological impact may be more significant than technical intel. Electronic surveillance provided insights into Russian capabilities. F-35 sensors captured MiG-31 emissions and communication protocols. Russian pilot communications revealed tactical doctrine. The Russian pilots were surprised by NATO's advanced capabilities. Russian aerospace forces now understand NATO's technological advantage. NATO's Air Operations Center reflected professional satisfaction. Russia's provocation created valuable intelligence opportunities. Russia miscalculated NATO's Baltic presence. NATO has a dynamic, lethal, integrated air defense system. The September 19th encounter altered NATO's defense paradigm. The era of consequence-free airspace violations is over. Future provocations may result in loss of strategic assets. This was more than a successful interception operation. It demonstrated the evolution to network-centric warfare. Information dominance determines outcomes in modern warfare. The risk-reward analysis now clearly favors NATO. Russian aerospace forces must recalculate their strategies. Traditional advantages have been eliminated by NATO's capabilities. Impressive individual platforms cannot survive against network warfare. The future belongs to those who master information and electronic warfare. NATO's message resonates clearly across the Baltic region. Future violations may trigger lethal force employment. Technological superiority protects allied airspace.